وبعد. The Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith while he was talking about the walimah, if someone invites someone for food, he said that إن شر الوليمة يدعى إليها الأغنياء. The worst walima is the one that you invite only the rich people for it, and you don't invite the poor people for it. وإذا دعي أحدكم فليجب. If one of you is invited to food, he must go. وإن شاء ترك. Then after he goes to that place of the food, then he has the option. So you don't have option in, going. You have to go if you are invited. That's the first one. But if you go, you have the option either to eat from the food if you wish, or to leave and don't eat. And Abdullah ibn Umar, Nafi' used to say that Ibn Umar used to be invited to the walimah, different walimah, and he would go. Sometimes he's fasting, so if he's fasting, he will go to the place, sit with the people, but don't eat, so that he's following the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And also the scholars differentiated between two things. They said if you are invited to walimat al-urs, wedding walima, the walima, the food that's made for marriage, this one you don't have an option, you have to go, because this is what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ meant in the hadith, right? Then if you are invited to any other food, any other type of walima or other food somebody is inviting, then in this case you have the option to go or not to go. It's recommended to go, but it's not a must to go. So they made the difference here. And they put some conditions, you don't have to go in every case. They said that there are some cases that you may not go, even though it's obligatory. They said, for example, if the person who's inviting you, most of his money is haram money, like he's working in a business that's mostly haram, okay, like the guy is selling alcohol, or all his business is about that. He doesn't just have one item or two items in his store or stuff like that. He's selling, mostly the business is wrong. So in this case, you have the right not to go. Number two, if you know that in the walima there will be a munkar, something haram, and you don't want to share in that, so you may not go as well. And they take as a proof for this one that the Prophet ﷺ was invited to food, and when he entered the house, he saw ra'a tasawir, like drawings of living things. So once the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ saw it, he went out and left right away, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So in this case also, if you know that this place has something haram or wrong, or you went there and found something haram and wrong, you have to leave and excuse yourself also from this walima. The idea of attending walima is part of the rights of the Muslims on the other Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ, when he's counting these rights, he says that among these rights is radd al-salam. If someone gives you salam, you have to give it back. وَتَشْمِيتُ الْعَاطِس. If somebody sneezes, you say alhamdulillah, then you say yarhamukumullah. وَإِجَابَةُ الدَّعْوَةِ. Listening or responding to someone who invites you for the food. وَاتِّبَاعُ الْجَنَائِز. Then praying janazah on the person who died and passed away. وَعِيَادَةُ الْمَرِيض. Visiting your Muslim brother who is sick. All these are the rights. One of the rights of them is إجابة الدعوة, to go for the walima if you are invited to the walima. The walima of wedding, especially something very, very important. Why? Because this is a big gathering where the person is making something also from the Sharia, which is ishar. He wants to make the marriage known for the Muslims. That's why he's making the food, inviting the people to say, hey, this is my wife. I got married to this woman from that family, so that everybody knows this thing. Of course, sometimes in the walima you're gonna find, some, for example, men are chanting or saying something, or women. But they say that this should be like women with women and men with men. There is no mixing in this matter. If there is like kind of drums in the weddings, this is allowed. But as musical instruments, the other ones, the scholars did not allow that one. They said that this is ma'azif, and the ma'azif are not allowed as well. So this is basically about the walima. I want to just to remind about this quickly. جزاكم الله خيرا، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.